Another obstacle. No matter. I'm sure we can work out a way across.
Revelio.
It's beautiful. You did it! I was hoping we wouldn't have to do this again.
Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! Revelio. Bombarda. Revelio.
Look, where the water's bubbling. How odd.
Shall we take a closer look?
You read my mind. Merlin, it's even more beautiful close up. It's got to be here, I just know it.
Bombarda!
Given what swoopers are known to do, I never thought I'd be so happy to see this many of them.
I don't know. I've been listening to them for a while now, and I'm starting to lose my mind.
Very funny. I was just thinking how it's proof that coaches haven't been here, assuming this is where the Moonstone is. Which means we're one step ahead of them. We found it! It's like staring directly at the moon. Well, we found what we came for. Now we just need to bring it to the henge.
Revelio. Revelio. Well done, Poppy. This did end up being the right cave after all.
A good thing too. We need every advantage over the poachers if we're to get to the Snidgets first. We should do as Doran suggested and bring the Moonstone to the henge.
I think I'd like to look around a bit first.
I suppose we could spare a moment. Very well. We should leave soon. The longer we stay, the more I want a Fwooper.
From the outside, you'd never guess this place even existed in here.
I have a feeling that was the idea. Are you finished exploring?
I believe I am.
Good. If we leave for the henge now, we should make it by nightfall. We still have the poachers to contend with. That's the henge, precisely where Doran said it would be. But now that we're here, I'm not entirely sure how to feel. We knew we were at the cave for the Moonstone, but Doran didn't tell us what to expect when we placed the stone in the henge.
I don't think Doran would knowingly send us into danger.
You're right. I suppose I'm worrying over nothing. Let's make our way down. We're nearly at the end of this. I think that's it over there.
How's your Gran doing, by the way?
Nothing keeps Gran down. She set up a caterwauling charm and threatened to make a coat out of the next poacher that set foot on her doorstep. I still feel terrible that I'm the reason they went there.
Surely she'll be pleased you've gone after the Snidgets.
I hope so. Gran understands how important it is to protect those who need it. I think we can safely say we know where the Moonstone goes. Oh! That was a mooncalf dance. Do you know how rare it is to see even one? They only ever happen under a full moon. Though I suppose the Moonstone allowed it to happen now.
Is the pattern they left behind on the ground normal?
All part of the dance. No one pattern is ever the same, though. We'll need to draw this one to get a better sense of it. Can't wait to tell Gran that I've managed to see not one, but 2 mooncalf dances. She'll be jealous.
You've seen this before?
It was pure luck the first time. I was on Highwing, or I'd never have spotted it. It was the night Well, the night I met Highwing, actually,
I'd love to hear about how you and Highwing met.
I'd actually like you to know. About 5 years ago, Highwing had been captured by poachers. At first, they planned to sell her, but soon decided they wanted to kill her instead. More money, I suppose. I'd finally had enough. I freed Highwing and we ran. We'd flown for ages when I spotted mooncalves dancing below and we landed to watch them. It felt like an omen, a good one, a sign that the worst was over.
What do you mean you'd had enough and the worst was over?
You see, the night I freed Highwing was also the night I ran away from home. A poacher camp. I come from a family of poachers.
Merlin, I don't know what to say, Poppy. I can't imagine what that must have been like for you.
I never fitted in, but the older I got, the more apparent it became. Gran tried for years to convince my parents to let me live with her. Suffice it to say, when I left with Highwing, I flew straight for her house.
How brave. I'm glad you escaped.
So am I. There were so many creatures I was unable to help when I was younger. Now that's all I want to do.
From everything I've seen, you're doing precisely that.
I've had a bit of help. I've never told anyone any of this, but I'm glad that you know. It's nice to have someone to talk about it with.
What was it like growing up in a family of poachers?
The thing I remember most was how much we moved around, always chasing the next big kill. It was chaotic and dangerous and nowhere a child should ever grow up.
Do your parents know about the things you do now? Saving the dragon from the fighting ring, for instance?
We don't speak, or rather, they don't speak to me. Last I heard, they were in Borneo trying to make their fortunes there, acromantulas. However, I wouldn't be surprised if word has got back to them. Some days a part of me hopes that it has. Now that I'm older, I wish I could talk to them, get them to see sense. But sadly, I suspect that wouldn't do any good.
We were around so many poachers in the tent. Were you not worried about being recognized?
Poachers are nomadic, and most of the ones in the area aren't any I'd grown up with. That said, I suspect someone must have recognized me. That's how they got to Gran.
I'm glad you told me.
We should get back to Doran. He'll need to see the symbol, and we've got poachers to beat. If you collect the moonstone, I can make a quick drawing of the symbol for Doran.
Are you finished with the drawing?
Just barely. I think the pattern's a bird. At least that's what it looks like.
Didn't the journal say the key to finding the Snidgets lies in the moonlight?
Of course. That's it. We need to show this to Doran. Not that I'd know where to find him at this hour. Perhaps we should head back to the castle and we can track him down after a good night's sleep.
Agreed. I'm ready to leave if you are. Who lived here, I wonder?
It is wonderful to see you back here. Penny wishes you safe and wondrous travels.
Revelio.
Scratch me. I'll let him live just long enough for regret.
I swear.
Bombada!
Come on over there.
Protect her!
Perhaps you ought to give up. You're a big...
What have you done?
Potato! Confringo! I bet that one hurt. Incendiator!
Revelio. Revelio. Lumos. This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Here's a pleasant surprise. Lumos. 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 That's that. Settled. Revelio.
Don't try that
Get over here, you insolent child!
Here's one of those tables Professor Shah mentioned. Revelio.
The area's still clear.
Revelio.
There you know the line.
Revelio.
Betting on the dragon fight was the best decision I've made yet.
I shan't be having none of your nonsense. Leave me like that again and you'll soon find yourself with nail potions at your back.
Revelio. Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. Incendio. Furio. Confringo. Bombarda. Incendio. Revelio. Bombarda. Confringo. Incendio. Revelio. Bombarda. Revelio. Confringo. Bombarda. Revelio. Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin. Levioso. Settle yourself, I mean you no harm. Revelio. Levioso. Everything's all right now. Revelio.
Be quiet. Be quiet, like me.
Revelio. Revelio.
Call out for me all you want. I shall be offending this spoiled in old fool.
Revelio.
Uncle Roland sends his best. He often asks after you and his owls. Who would have thought someone as young as me could save my uncle's life?
I'm not ready for Professor Big's lecture. I forgot my pillow.
In today's lesson, we will cover a truly thrilling event. The Goblin Rebellion of 1752 and all its triumphant tragedy. But more specifically, we will address the devastating effect it had on the wizard milling industry. Actually, we do know the number. 632. But history occurs outside the classroom. And look, it's time for my constitutional. One can practically osmose the history flowing through Hogwarts.
I think the professor wants us to follow him.
And now for a stroll to the bell tower. Along with the rest of the castle, it was completed in the late early Middle Ages. The hall and the bell towers that loom above it contain myriad interesting artifacts. Good to see you again. Recovered from that nasty bout of dragon pox, have we?
That wasn't me, Professor. I'm new here.
Are you? Well then, welcome. No doubt you're eagerly anticipating my analysis of various wizarding councils, codes, statutes, and of course, goblin rebellions. Not all goblins are rebellious. Some venture into wizarding politics, such as Eargit the Ugly. Some are talented artisans, such as Bragbor the Boastful.
Did you say Bragbor? I know that name. Lodgok said he was an ancestor of Ranrock.
Well known for his metalwork. I would imagine much of his goblin-wrought iron and silver has survived to this very day. Where were we? Oh yes. Back to our class topic for today. Grimbold Weft. Another notable historical figure. He's right nearby. Curious students can find him on display here in the bell tower entrance hall. Introduce themselves to this hero.
Revelio.
Oh yes, I see you found Grimbold Weft.
Yes, I rather enjoyed seeking him out.
The thrill of the scholarly pursuit. I know the feeling quite well. Now, let's turn our attention to the agreeability and general good nature of Sir Aphbuttle. He's also nearby. See what you can learn from him for your next assignment. Standing in eternal but symbolic watch over the bell tower is a retinue of loyal knights.
Sir Skagglethorpe the Heedless once challenged a mountain troll to a game of musical chairs. Care to guess who won?
Of the cheerful
Revelio.
countenance nestled among the ranks.
These bits of
His
broom are all
fame
that's
was
left
not
of a witch
won
called
by
Celine
vanquishing
Wartnobbin.
foes in single
Rumour has
combat,
it-
nor by slaying bloodthirsty
Lunar
dragons.
apparition charm.
Rather in
She was
training
never seen
yards
again.
and
Perhaps she
scullery,
succeeded.
where his warm and approachable demeanor was celebrated by old friends and newcomers alike.
This unassuming smudge is rumoured to be the location of the very first successful use of Bombarda. I suppose successful is a relative term, since whoever cast it didn't live to tell the tale.
As one would expect, Hogwarts contains no narthexes, since obviously those would not be found in castles.
Revelio.
Our students often complain about the many staircases at Hogwarts, but they never bother me.
Leave it to Bins to make the most interesting school in the world seem dull.
If you fail history of magic, you're doomed to repeat it. The class, that is.
Revelio.
Hogwarts founders could never have achieved such architectural majesty without the aid of powerful magic.
PT has a brand new game. Just beware the open...
There's nothing quite so magical as history. Rusty, immutable history.
Abandoning class to wander the halls is in keeping with Professor Binns' manner of teaching.
Revelio.
What I wouldn't give to be back on a broom right now.
Wagadu's history is, well, a bit different than that of Hogwarts, to say the least.
Professor Binns, I found the statue of Sir Afpuddle.
Ah, well done. Alas, Sir Afpuddle's affability was his undoing. Died instantly trying to befriend a basilisk. Eye contact is not always to be encouraged. So beloved was he that even some goblins mourned his passing. Of course, that did not bode well with the rest of the goblins, most of whom could not abide mourning the loss of a wizard.
Pity goblins and wizards can't get along.
True, but imagine how dull my lectures would be without goblin rebellions to discuss. History does tend to repeat. It is a series of patterns, a thought both comforting and disconcerting. The wise student, such as yourself, will learn from it. History is written by those who do their schoolwork, so they say. Or at least, I like to say.
Looks like we've all gone on another one of Binns' wild goose.
How can we do so much and accomplish so little? You wouldn't know, but most of us consider Poppy a bit of an odd bird.
Revelio.
Oh, my mother makes the most delicious Alahotzi fudge.
Revelio. Revelio.
My family has a lot of Muslim traditions. On my mother's side. I don't mind Muslim.
I've been meaning to ask you, you wouldn't have an extra quill I could borrow, would you?
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
I asked Ronan what he'd recommend for a Billywig